And the Razorbacks will get us started with the opening kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Hampton. He gets a block. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score! Touchdown, Baylor! No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He's going to take a chance for midway in his end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Going to attack through the air. Makes the grab on the left. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide open. Opportunities to get some positive chunks.
He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. The Razorbacks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught. Still on his feet at the 45. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Smashes through the tackle. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arkansas!
A lot of coaches talk about scripting the first series. You could tell the script reads, get that wide receiver the football because he can make plays. The quarterback, you can tell, he has confidence in his guy. He finds him, and he does the rest.
And the extra point was good. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He's out of bounds at the 31 after a nice return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Here's the handoff. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it and still on his feet. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Lets it fly. Touchdown Bears! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Motion from the wide receiver. White wants to throw it. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
What a great job by this defense. You get third down stop, and you're like, yes, put my hand in the air, fourth down, force a punt. They go for it, and you get a stop and set your offense up in great field position already. Nice job by this defense.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came.
There he goes. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Motion from the wideout. The snap sets up the throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
And the Razorbacks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. The offense changing the play. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's in open space downfield. Guided out of bounds at the 34, and the running game really coming through. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. White going to attack through the air. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose down the middle. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. They still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half when you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
No reason to think so far we won't see plenty more offense on display, or will the defense find an answer as we start the second quarter? He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Using the quick game. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, this is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just...
Turning it on! Runs through a tackle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Bears are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Shoots it to the left. Got his man. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job.
Touchdown, Bears! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Newton. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. White wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll go back to the ground. Got the 1st down and more. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. The Razorbacks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Now adjusting. Going to try to get it himself. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. West Virginia is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Cincinnati. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available.
Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm and that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
The Bears in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35 to 21. Fielded in the end zone. It's Newton. Slips through the line. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He's out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. They'll leave it with him. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Gets the back moving. Throws it back. Trying to make magic with his feet. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an
going for it all. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. He'll need to put some leg in this one. A 52-yard attempt and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Bears will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Newton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half. Oh, he's got some space. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. White going to attack through the air. Might be looking to run. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with him, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Back to pass on second down. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And he puts through the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it.
Snags it on the right. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Razorbacks love to do it on the ground, but that gives you some opportunities for big plays up top.
No doubt. It makes me commit more to the ground game, bring more guys down. I'm more willing to play man coverage on the outside. And then in turn, if the QB can make plays down the field, make strikes, get on the same page as the receiver, it can create some huge plays for this Arkansas offense.
White wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it
throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Razorbacks are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He's got an open man. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw.
Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas. Riding up to add another.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Almost a little bit more on that return. He's chased out of bounds at the 30 in good starting position for this offense. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Creates a little room. Got enough for the first. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
To the ground. He's got it again.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the back. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Hauls it in. There he goes. Touchdown, Baylor! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just He's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it out. It's Newton. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. White going to attack through the air. Gets away from one.
Huge loss on the play. Brings up second down.
That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From his end zone, looking to throw, got to take care of the ball. Unloads it left. And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Got it behind the line. It's Turner. Turning it on. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is play the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the game.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to let it go. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Looking for more room.
Well, there's no quitting this defense, I'll give them that. Obviously, they're trailing here late in the game. It seems like the opponent's going to win, but still, they've got guys out there playing the way they're coached to play, playing with outstanding effort, trying to make plays to claw their team back in the game.
Trying the left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
He's got it on the run. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, tried to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much.
Not a lot of space down here on the goal line when you're trying to run the football. You might want to think about going to the perimeter or maybe throwing it next time.
White wants to throw it. Back's got it. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the owner?
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field with playing.
Breaks into the open. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Really nice job by the running back here in the fourth quarter, picking up that 1st down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot late in the game. They need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
Here's a heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Snap it to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Bears enter the final minute with the lead. Red pass, it's complete. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. From the red zone, looking for a space. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Touchdown, Bears! Made the grab and then did the rest. himself, and they put points on the board. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
Arkansas, 42.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. White going to attack through the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Sends it back in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got him in the flat. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Trying to beat him to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach must. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
To the air on 1st down. Going to take a shot at this DB. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Oh, they're after him. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.